Welcome to Hicgi News Agency.
Hicgi News Agency Live. Welcome. Agency. Hicgi News Agency.
This is Hicgi News Agency.
News Agency. This is Hicgi News Agency.
News Agency Live.
We are live. Hicgi News Agency. This is Hicgi News Agency. Welcome to the senior citizens talk of Hicgi News Agency. All our viewers from Gulu in Uganda to the Far East in Lagos, as well as Miami, Florida, Johannesburg, South Africa, United States of America, Europe, and beyond. My name is Kivumbi Earnest Benjamin with an honorary doctorate in humanities from Canada. I welcome you all who are watching. The war in Middle East seems to be stopping as a result of the ceasefire agreement that Iran has reached with Washington, D.C. It's been a glimmer of hope. It's the Strait of Hormuz. It's been closed for some time, but we now have hope that the international business or economy may rejuvenate again after these 40 days of rockets, of missiles hitting several cities in Iran. There's, of course, meeting happening in Pakistan, and we are yet to know what Hicgi, Vice President of the United States of America, is bringing on the table with his counterparts for a permanent ceasefire or end of war as we want. On the Senior Citizens Talk today of Hicgi News Agency, I'm yet again joined by Dr. Rumanzi, Benita.
Oh, thank you very much, L.H.D. Kivumbi. I am glad to be here at Hicgi News Agency. And once again, I've been a visitor on the Senior Citizens Show.
Absolutely.
So I am not new here. And I believe that people who are there watching us, they are going to be blessed from our discussion.
You've been in elections from a constituency which was cut from Kabare. Is that Rukiga?
Rukiga County.
Rukiga County. At first, you expressed interest to stand on NLM ticket. What happened with the primaries, and how did you emerge to come on an independent ticket?
Actually, I am an NRM cadre.
Okay, so that
actually,
doesn't change.
I am cadre 35. those who know, they know. So what happened is that by the time we had primaries, I was out of the country. I was in the United States of America.
I saw you
and,
in New York.
In New York and the Washington area, MDV, Washington, Maryland, and Virginia. So when I came back, I couldn't have enough time to organize for the primaries, and that's why I had to let it pass. But I knew still people had trusted me, they liked me, and they had already approved me. So I had to say, okay, still, man, better late than never, I would still join as an independent at the end of it all. So I joined as an independent, but we are under PRU. Patriotic League Uganda.
What is the difference between the Patriotic League of General Muhoozi Kainerugaba and our NRM of Chandondo of President Museveni?
Now, the NRM ministry is the father of the Patriotic League Uganda. But we look at it as like Patriotic League has young and energetic people who are vigorous, who are ready to die for their country. They are bringing something new on the table. We are like, yes, Papa has been there, things have been done, but we need a fresh blood to come in and now ignite the engine and we move forward. So that's why I had to come in as an independent, but under PRU. And our scores, we did well. We were doing well. If you looked at our rallies that we were conducting at that time, you would tell that, Dr. Rumanzi is the next MP of Rukiga. But somehow, you can't tell how the things turned. Abachiga baragamba ngoma zikahindura ministry, that the drums changed the beats at the end of it all. But we had it. Even to the eve of the election, still the opinion polls were showing that Rumanzi is in the lead.
Should we say that your victory was rigged?
I don't want to point fingers, but my victory, literally victory in Hicgi, was determined by the power of money. I think someone just had decided to keep the money somewhere. Yes, he relaxed, he did not do the vigorous campaigns, but towards the end there, I don't know where money came from. To the extent that even the people we trusted, who were my chief agents, my chief campaigners, polling agents, on that day, the eve, they were about. Whoever had an appointment letter that bore the name Rumanzi, Dr. Rumanzi, that appointment letter was sold as a hot cake. So people bought it.
So your official agents deserted you at the last hour?
At that last hour when they saw that there was what? Money there in the other camp. So if you sold the appointment letter, it would mean that you will not appear on the polling station tomorrow. And now the polling stations, they were 167. So even if I had like an ad hoc kind of means to run it quickly and give people new appointment letters, it would still be hard to do it in a fortnight. I mean to do it in 24 hours. So what we did, we were like, okay, God, we surrender to you. And now we went to the polling stations. There are no agents, and
you never had any agent out of the 145.
We have those who were lenient and who were literally.
Like how many compared to the polling stations?
Personally, I moved on all the 167 polling stations, putting at least 2 agents per polling station. But by the time we went to collect the DR forms, the declaration forms, we only got 47 declaration forms, meaning 120 were what? Were bought. And even those who refused to be bought, I understand that some were even beaten and chased away, especially in a place called Kashambia. Kashambia is like the mountainous area, part of Rukiga North. And we went there and we found someone who was even in the clinic, said, I refused it, but they had to beat me and we had to treat the person. So I wouldn't say that it was rigged per se, that maybe they stuffed the ballots, but whatever was done at the polling station, there was no eye from the Dr. Rumanzi camp to see what happened. So the Baganda, they say, bakora bye bagara. So they do whatever they wanted. That time, you don't have an eye there. What will happen? So actually, it taught me a lesson that once I am to come back, I wouldn't use all the resources at once. Such that they also reserve a little. Actually, it is a call for action to those who want to aspire for leadership positions in the future. Please make sure you don't empty yourself in the course of the election. Always reserve. You know, when we are studying economics at the university, there is this man called Keynes. The Keynesian theory of money. They said Keynes advised us to always keep money for precautionary motive, which for us, the team Rumanzi, we did not do. For us, we spent all the resources we had to the extent that the last resource was the fuel to collect the DR forms. And whereby we had to traverse the whole of Rukiga. Rukiga is the biggest county by now. I think it is the biggest county if we compare all the counties.
How many voters?
The voters were around 65,000.
That's a big constituency.
Yeah, 65,000 voters. And we are in seven like sub-counties. So we have 2 town councils and 3 sub-counties. So meaning that we are like 5, yes. That is Rukiga in general. It has Imparo town council. When you join it together with the Kashambia and Ruamuchuchu, that one we would call like Rukiga North. Actually, we would call for the people to literally think about the politics of Rukiga and have it separated as Rukiga North and Rukiga South. because the north alone is big, the coverage is big. Then the south has things to do with Luchinda sub-county, Kamwezi sub-county, and the Muhanga Town Council.
For more than 10 years, Kivumbi International Group has been your #1 partner in tours and travel consultancy. We also do real estate, legal services, ICT services, and much more. Find us on kivumbiinternationalgroup.com or write to us at info@kivumbiinternationalgroup.com. You may also write to us at PO Box 35827 Kampala, Uganda, or visit us on Namaswa Hill off Entebbe Highway. Call us on +256 200937566 or +256 39486 32 or 46. Or you can send us a plus on WhatsApp on +256 752 1375 66. Kivumbi International Group, your #1 real business partner.
It is a very big area. So covering it needed a lot of resources. So for us, we burnt all the resources in the course of the campaigns.
I think that's the right thing to do, because you have to touch someone's heart to convince them. Those are the resources. That's why even President Museveni has to go deep on the ground. He moves in every district, I think every constituency, to tell the people that I need your vote. If it was the issue of staying in Entebbe State House and wait on the final day to release the money, that would be bribing.
Yes.
So putting resources before is, I think, the right thing, because when you move it at the last hour, it means you're now going to be bribing people.
No, it wouldn't be bribing, because you need to facilitate those people, especially those your polling agents. They need to be facilitated. And if you facilitate them with 10,000, probably for lunch and transport, and another one brings 50,000 for lunch and transport, they will go for the 50,000. So I wouldn't call it bribery, but it is a strategy. Wow. So I would use it as a strategy for next time, because we literally spent ourselves, and by the time of election, we didn't have the resources. I actually had to call my partners, my friends, those who managed to support me. Actually, I thank you very much, because people supported us. But again, going through the electoral process and coming out when you are whole, you also thank God. Because we had things to do, like vehicle accidents. One of our rally vehicles fell off the cliff. Much as no one died, we thank God. Then we had, of course, mechanical problems. You know, the roads also, some of the roads were impassable. And those are the things I was telling the people in Rukiga. Look here, you people. You're literally voting someone because he has given you something small. But you fail to vote someone of caliber who would go and add value on what you're doing. Because I was looking at the roads in Rukiga. I was looking at the schools. I was looking at the business avenues for Rukiga. I was looking at how can we improve Rukiga and put it on the map. But then people were looking at the short kind of how much you receive and what. So those who had money, I would say they bought the vote. But I thank God that people learned it. There are some roads I would go through, and when I go to the radio in the next day and talk about them, the next day I would find them being fixed. Meaning that I was already working for the people of Rukiga, much as I am not in the seat. Even right now, the people who are there, who have won the elections, we still keep them on their toes, because we tell them this is what you have to do. I mean, if you are going to spend the next 5 years, this is what you're supposed to do. And they have to listen to us, because we had a manifesto, we had the agenda, and the people know that our agenda was good. And therefore, it will be like tasking them to accountability in whatever they do. So I want to thank the people of Rukiga, those who voted, especially those who voted me, because they typically voted merit. They voted merit. I got 1,650 votes. So those were merit votes, because I didn't buy anyone, I didn't do anything. but they voted. So that one I would say it was good. Yeah.
But looking at the politics of money, monetization of politics, isn't it dangerous for our country? Initially, you would just campaign without pouring in a lot of money, but these days, even the smallest position, people are pouring in a lot of money. And I hear some are in billions. Yet, if you were to also equate the salary of an MP, you would find that probably maybe 2 billion in those 5 years. But someone I hear even is pouring 3 billion or 4 billion. What is behind the politics of monetization?
Now, this is very dangerous for our country, because monetizing politics would mean that someone will come to the politics specifically to buy it, and once he wins the election, he will go and start getting back what he put in. So it is like transactional kind of business. So to avoid that, you would look at someone who has merit, who is coming to serve rather than being served. So I've seen it, even at the mayor race, even at the LC, people these days, they are looking at what they put in. Like wherever we went, they were showing us the mumero, the saying, we are thirsty. Then you're like, you're thirsty? Before I came, what have you been eating? What have you been drinking? Before you saw me, what has happened? How have you been surviving? Then they call you, my child is sick. Someone is in the hospital. Someone has died, is still in the mortuary. You have to help. Then, so at the end of it all that becomes like transactional. So people put in a lot of money. I think Rukiga County is the county whereby people put in more money than anywhere else in the country. Because I have seen it. When you go to Rukiga, you realize that especially the women MP race, they had a lot of money. So people like could dress, women were dressed from the bandanas in the hair to the feet on the shoes. The bikoye, the dresses, and you're like, if someone puts in all this money, how are they going to benefit? You put in 7 billion, but when 7 or 5 billion, but when we compute the salary and maybe the benefits, if you go into the Parliament, the maximum you can get is like 2 billion in the 5 years. So why do you put in all that?
Why are you putting in all that?
So it means that when someone gets there, they will look for alternative means on how to get back their finances, how to get back their money. So we have to make sure that we fight this. And President Museveni talked about it. He said that you people, why should you buy a vote? Museveni said, why should you buy a vote? He was advising young people, please don't spend your resources on what? Exactly. On elections.
So their houses.
Why do you sell your house? Why do you get a loan? Actually, me, I thank God that for sure I didn't sell any property. I used what I had, because it's always good to use what you have to get what you don't have. But I did not sell a property, and I did not get a loan specifically for that. Yes, I had other loans that I was dealing with to survive, but I did not get so much indebted to that extent. But I encourage people, please don't sell what you have in order to get it into politics. Because at the end of the day, you even go and sit in the Parliament and sit behind. And at the end of the day, you are not on any commission, you are not on any caucus. And at the end of the day, you will come out. And in the moment you come out of the Parliament, the only thing you have are debts.
Is that why people become miserable after losing, after moving out of Parliament? You see someone who was in Parliament, who was a minister, the moment he loses that thing, life gets more worse than it was before.
I have seen it, I've witnessed it. People who really have engaged in such politics, at the end of it all, their life doesn't end well, because they get out of the Parliament with nothing. And when they get out with nothing, you can't even go and look for a job. People fear to employ you. So unless you've built your career like us, who have been probably exposed internationally, that probably you can get a UN job or this multinational NGO job and you can work there. But if you are a local citizen here, basically you will go back and beg, which is not good. So I encourage people, please don't put in money in politics. This is my call today. I urge people.
Glovi Logistics Limited, your #1 customs clearing and forwarding cargo consolidation warehouse company. We do air shipment, worldwide sea shipment, transportation, tax consultation. Glovi Logistics Limited is a competent company specializing in logistics clearing and forwarding services. We have the necessary skills and resources and partnerships to tackle sizable projects to our clients' satisfaction. We are located at Mganzaraza Plaza near the entrance of Katwe, Kampala, Uganda. Call us on +256 779 634 328 or +256 701 784 648 or visit our website glovylogistics.com or write to johnglovy@gmail.com. Glovi Logistics Limited, your #1 clearing and forwarding company.
Go in, tell people your agenda, let them buy it. At the end of it all, they will vote you. If they don't, then that's the case. But I've liked, there are people who can vote merit. Because even when you go to Hicgi and you ask who was the best candidate, they will tell you it is Dr. Rumanzi. Wow. Because when you look at the rallies that you would hold, the NRM, they were holding a trial rally, like the chairperson LC5, woman MP, and the male MP, all the three, they were holding one rally. But when you look at my rally, it was always humongous. Wow. Bigger than theirs.
I saw them.
Until money factor came in. That's when things turned. Turned.
So what is your greatest lesson from your participation in these last elections?
My greatest lesson.
Do you regret somehow participating?
No, I don't regret, and I will never regret, because I can still come back and stand. Because what happens, there is a scripture in the Bible which I will use, that when this Simeon was waiting in the temple, and then Jesus was brought for dedication, he said that now, God, you can take your servant. But he prophesied and said that the sword shall pierce his heart, shall pierce him, so that the hearts of men shall be revealed. So I learned the hearts of men. Hearts of men were revealed. People were able to show their true colors. People were able to show that you cannot be trusted. And yet the Bible says, if you cannot be trusted with little, then you cannot be trusted with much. If I trusted you, made you my polling assistant, my polling agent, and I gave you the little I had, then tomorrow you don't appear. Do you think I can trust you with much more?
You cannot.
Because now that one shows that their heart was after money. Yeah, that's the betrayal. So all that you learn it. That as Judas Iscariot was eating with Jesus in the same plate, then you can be sure that this person can betray you if you bring them close to you. So all that is a lesson.
To open their hearts and know exactly these people.
Yeah, people who are royal, people who are genuine, and people who stood by us from the word go up to the end. So we know that people's hearts were revealed. That's the greatest lesson. And another lesson is, we have learned that I had never traversed the Rukiga constituency. I've learned that people are poor.
But they're telling us, many people actually who are watching believe that simply because the people in the leadership are from West, so they believe that people from the West are well off. For them, they're okay.
My friend, let me tell you, when you go underground, things are worse. Young men, able and energetic, have resorted to drinking because of poverty. They have
There's poverty in the Western Uganda.
Oh my God, people are poor. Actually, I wonder, like, I would do.
So who has the money? If the Western
like President Museveni comes up with good ideologies, and like the PDM, the PDM money it comes, but the people who get it are the people who have. Those who don't have end up not getting. So like my encouragement is that the reason I was coming into politics was to make straight things, such that if this money leaves the central government coming to the person, Omuwejere or Awansi, the last person, I would make sure that it reaches the what? The last person. But along the way, money disappears. Along the way, money goes into different hands, or hands which are not supposed to receive. I understand there's people who were complaining to us that for them you have to first pay something in order to get that money. That's bribery. So what are our leaders doing? So this is why I was coming into politics. But right now, because of that, I have a platform whereby even when I go to the radio, I talk about it. So that now people know what they ought to have. So people are enlightened. Now they know their rights. I tell them, please, if someone comes and asking you for money in order to give you money that has come from government, contact me. So I've also become like a watchdog, yes. A policeman. But there is also what you call community policing. So people now know if something is fishy, if something is not straight, they will understand. But people are bad off, and they need help.
So, bali mu kintu nenga bali wabweru wacho.
Ekubera mu kintu, that is not the truth. Abali mu kintu batono. Abali mu kintu batono bebo baleta sente ng'oluvanyuma they put in a lot of money at the end. But the truth is the grassroots person still needs to be touched. In education, in business, agriculture, which is the backbone of Uganda, you find that people are literally they are still using the rudimentary method of agriculture, using just a hoe, and they are digging one terrace. You know, in Rukiga, we are famous for our terracing because of the mountain. But you find that you have only one plan, and he has used it this season with kasoli, maize. The next season he has beans. The next season, so the land, it doesn't have any input, and it is no longer producing. And if it produces only enough for them to do what? To consume. Nothing to take to the market and probably pay for their children, school fees or whatever. Yes.
So in these 5 years, what must be done as someone who has been close to getting to be part of government? And now that you've not had the chance of getting to parliament, what were your ideas that you wanted Uganda to uphold on?
Actually, thank you for that question. It is a very good one because it leads us to the Rumanzi, the entrepreneur,
yes,
and the Rumanzi, the politician. Yes, I was a politician, not because I had nothing to do. I was not looking for a job. Okay. I was not looking for another job, like maybe to go and work in the parliament. No, I had what I was doing before. I am a proprietor of institutions of higher learning. I am the proprietor of a secondary school. I'm the proprietor of a primary school, and I do a lot of things, a lot of businesses.
So you're a rich man?
Which are, no, I did not say that. Those are your words. Those are your words. Okay. I serve my community. I serve my people.
Let's continue.
But because
so you're poor?
No, I'm not poor. That one I will not also accept it. But I am not needy. That is number one.
That's the right word.
That's the right word. I'm not needy, and I was not looking for a job. So in those schools that I have staff.
Depending on you.
Depending on us.
Waiting for the salary at the end of the
every month. We have people we have support staff, the cooks and the like. We have security. We have cleaners. So we have people in
job creator.
So me, I'm a
local investor. In simple terms.
You have brought it very well. We are local investors. So we are already helping people. We are already helping communities. So we are not literally doing our own to benefit ourselves. We are already helping people. So having aspired to get into politics was like, how can I serve my people better?
Or giving back to the community.
Yes, that's what I was
Contributing to
looking
the
at.
national
Yes, the national development plan.
The power of memories has never been so meaningful than when time passes by. It's only in photography and videography that we can be able to tell what exactly happened in our lives. Do not lose the beautiful events of your life, from graduation to birthday parties, introduction ceremonies, parties that matter, wedding. All this and much more can be brought down into memories of photography and videography. At KEB International Group, we understand what it means to keep these memories. We are inviting you today to contact us for the best rates in town for your photography and videography events. +256 702 13 75 66 or +256 773 13 75 66. We will cover and reach you at any time, any part of the world. No matter the time, we are here to keep your memories alive. Okay, videography and photography, your number one events memories.
So I'm like, yes, when I get there are some policies that I see they still have gaps. Can we deal with those policies? Can we improve on them? Can we have a Uganda that is desirable for all of us? So this is what I was looking at. So in these 5 years, now I feel like it was a retreat for me to come back and reorganize myself. In Hebrew, they call it zit zoom. Zit zoom. So you withdraw yourself.
Pastor Robert Kayaja, where your fellowship from?
That is my pastor. Pastor Robert Kayaja is my pastor, and he has taught us a lot. By the way, when you come to Miracle Center,
Yes.
it is like you are in a university. We study a lot of things.
Wow.
He actually, even me, to get into entrepreneurship, I was working. I had a good job. But he told me, he advised me, he said, you know what, you cannot go far when you are working, just working. So he told me, do something, start something. That's how we had to become multifaceted. You do this, you do that.
He's the one who inspired you.
He inspired us. Not only me, but all members of Miracle Center. We don't have poor people there. People work. Actually, for him, he advises people that when you come to Miracle Center as a church, you reach there and you honor and obey what the teachings, what they teach you, and you practice it for a year. If your life does not change, if your life is not transformed, he put it on the limelight that people should come back and claim for their money, which they have been using for transport to come to Miracle Center and back. And I've never seen anyone coming back to Miracle Center to look for what? For the money for transport. It means that what we have learned there, it has transformed our lives. So that is why, as an entrepreneur and a politician, if you blend it together, we are the people who influence the what? The communities. Because look at us, we are the people who pay NSSF, National Social Security Fund, for our staff. We are contributing to the National Development Goal Plan. Then we have URA, Uganda Revenue Authority.
They send you an email.
Whereby you have to file return, you have to pay, you have to do that. All that. We do it because we are developing the country.
The Senior Citizens Talk is brought to you by Africa at Heart, Heal the Planet Global Organization, HICGI News Agency. Subscribe right now to get our latest updates sent you every single Sunday. Don't forget also the Talk to the World show that is running every Thursday at 4 p.m. Subscribe here on YouTube and make your notification bell right here, HICGI News Agency. Visit us on HICGINewsagency.com and find us on all social media platforms on X, call it Twitter, on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. HICGI News Agency. Subscribe now.